Hello everyone, today I am discussing about taxonomic key. Introduction. Taxonomic key is used for identification of plant or animal. Defined as a device consisting of a series of contrasting contradictory statements or propositions requiring the identifier to make comparison and decision based on statements in the key as related to material to the identified. Helps in quick identification of unknown plant. Always a choice between two contradictory statements is provided. One can be accepted and the other rejected. A single pair of contradictory characters is named as a couplet. Each statement in the couplet termed as a lead. By making the correct choice at each level, one can arrive at the name of the correct plant. Next one, suggestion for construction of taxonomic keys. First point, always use constant characters, not variable. Never choose terms as long or small. Instead, make a correct measurement. Characters always available are to be used rather than seasonal characters, and always use positive terms. As far as possible, both the choices of a pair to be started with the same word. And the last one is, if possible, different pairs of choices should start with the different words. The next one is rules for constructing taxonomic key. Only contradictory statements should be taken into account. Smaller groups should be dealt with first, followed by the larger group. The same character should not be used repeatedly. As far as possible, negative comments should be avoided. Both leads of the couplet must start with the same word. Morphological character considered must be visible to naked eye at best with the hand lens. For making key for dioecious plants, characters of both male and female plants must be incorporated. The next one is type of taxonomic keys. There is three type of taxonomic key: single access key, multi-access key, computer aided interactive key. So the single access key, also known as diagnostic key or sequential key, are the keys which work with the fixed sequence of identification steps. Each step is having multiple alternatives. The choice of any one alternative at a step determines the next step. Each step choice may be lead either to be a result or to be a further choice. Each alternatives at each step is called leads. The complete set of leads at a given point is called couplet. The next one is dichotomous keys. Keys in which the choices allow only two alternative couplets are known as dichotomous keys. In constructing a key, constructing characters are chosen that divide the full set of possible species into smaller and smaller groups. Each time a choice is made, a number of species are eliminated from consideration and the range of possible species to the unknown specimen may belong is narrowed. Dichotomous keys always give two mutually exclusive choices in parallel statements. The pair of statement is referred to as a couplet and each half of couplet is lead. At each couplet of a dichotomous key, the user is present with two choices about a specific character present in the group of organism. A specific character state is described for each lead. Sometimes the characters are quantitative and sometimes the characters are qualitative. Each couplet provides characteristics that become progressively more specific until the final step is reached and identified is followed by correctly. Keys will be lead by to the correct name of an unknown organism or a subject. Dichotomous keys can be developed into identify anything in any sort of classification. The next one, types of dichotomous keys. There are two types of dichotomous key. They differ in the method by which the couplets are organized and how the user is directed to successive choices. The first one is intended keys, also known as yoked. Indents the choices of the couplet an equal distance from the left margin. The two choices of the couplet are usually labeled 1 and 1 dash or 1A and 1B. It is not necessary that the choices are numbered, but it helps. The user goes to the next indents couplet following the lead that was selected. The next one is bracketed keys. Provided with both choices side by side, the choice of the couplet must be numbered. It is very helpful if the previous couplet is given. The key has exactly the same choices as the first example. The choices are separated, but it is easy to see the relationships. While this key might be more difficult to construct, it gives more information to the user. Next, we talk about problems using dichotomous keys. A key may be difficult to use at a time because the first one, the key may not include all potential variation in the species. Second one, the key may rely on features not present in the season. The third one, the key may not include all species of interest. One may misinterpret a feature or make a mistake. And the next one is multiple access key or polyclave key. Another type of key which is relatively a new alternative to dichotomous keys and becoming interestingly popular, especially because of the case of computerizing them, is termed multiple access or polyclave key. The advantage of these keys is that they allow the user to enter the key at any point. The key is based on the identification of organism by a process of elimination. In a written polyclave key, there is a series of characters and character states. Each state is followed by a number or code for the species that possesses that feature. Next one is the user needs to select any character and then copy down the list of species that possess the feature. Then the user has to select another characters and eliminate any species that is not common to both lists. This process has to be continued until the specimen is identified. So the last key is computer-aided interactive key. Recent years, computer knowledge is extensively used in constructing taxonomy keys, having multiple entries derived from detailed database. For construction, computer keys, a piece of information, figures, photograph, etc., can be fed into the computer using appropriate programs. The last point is the computer observe and record the characters of unidentified taxa and compare them with those of already known taxa. This comparison provided enough details for making conclusions. So besides this delta description language for taxonomy is a useful programming system for recording taxonomic details for computer processing. Examples of interactive keys: freely available interactive key MEK, Navica, Delta. Commercially available interactive keys: Identified XID.